This podcast is a production of WCWP, LIU Post Public Radio. Check out our lineup of original programs, listen live, or support by visiting WCWP.org.
Hello and welcome to the podcast Take No Shhh. For tonight's episode, first off, before I begin, I just want to say it's good to be back. I know it's been about a month since I've recorded one. And so for tonight's guest, since we're back, we got a band, the Mariguanas. There's about 5 members. We actually only have 2 with us right now. Nick Abushabi.
Yo.
Derek Moss.
Hey.
And let me make sure I got the other 3 members right. Scott McCann, who's unfortunately sick. Joey, who is the drummer, and his last name is?
Maltese.
And then there's Gabe Slade.
No, Jacob Slade.
Jacob Slade, yeah.
We just call him Slade.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you guys started your band in what, freshman year of college?
Sophomore, actually.
Sophomore year, so 2015, it's 2018, 3 years going strong.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's been a while.
Oh, yeah. How did that all start for you guys, the band?
So we're actually... It was a class, an ensemble credit at our school. We go to SUNY Oneonta. We're music industry students there. Mm-hmm. So there's an ensemble you could sign up for. It's called Rock Combo. And it's basically everyone who signs up, they break you up into different rock bands, like cover bands. So I had signed up, and I knew Scott beforehand from high school. And I knew he played guitar.
Shout out Trevor High School.
Yeah. And that's how the band started. And then made some adjustments here on after that.
Well, you guys met Gabe, right? At school, right? So you already had the 3 of you. So
Gabe was our first bass player.
And he was going to be playing drums, though, right? When you first met him.
He was going to be the drummer. Gabe was... one of my friends from freshman year, and we decided we would do the Rock Combo thing together, and then we knew Scott was doing it, so like, all right, let's 3, let's be a band. Mm-hmm. And then 2 days prior to the first meetup for the Rock Combo was I auditioned for the school's like jazz funk fusion group, and I showed up to the audition, and
just all prepared, all orderly.
Yeah,
we all like tuned up.
Yeah, we had to prepare Stevie Wonder's "Superstition" was the one thing that it said on the flyer, and they were auditioning singers, guitarists, bass, drums, horns,
whole shebang.
Yeah, and it's like it's a kind of prestigious ensemble because it's run by Jeremy Wall, who's one of the professors at our school, and he was the founding keyboard player of Spyro Gyra. So I was pretty nervous but excited, and we're like 15 minutes into the audition. He's just calling different guitarists up, different bass players. People are just swapping. Like, let's get you on the microphone. Let's like get you on the drum kit. And then 15 minutes into that, in walks Nick Abushabi, and he just sits down next to me, waiting to get called. And he's like, "Yo, is this the funk band audition?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude." He's like, tight. What song are we doing? I'm like, "It's Superstition" by Stevie Wonder.
I was like, word.
He's like, "Sick. I think I know that." It's like, to be honest, dude, I'm a little fucked up right now. This was like super last minute. Like my homie just told me to come to this. So I was like, all right. And then I got called up. Played it.
I remember I really liked the solo you played. I was like, this kid's playing like the right notes where I want them to be. Mm-hmm. I was like, I already fucked with you.
And then
low key.
So he said that to me, and then the professor, all right, you who just walked in late, hop on the microphone. And Nick sang Superstition. I was like, that was fucking sick, dude.
Yeah, I killed that shit.
Nice pipes.
Nice pipes, dude.
Yeah, and then Nick's like, all right, I gotta go, but can you just like email me if I got into the band?
So where'd you like go after the audition? Like if you were
Dude,
just booking it out of there, like what, were you at some party, keeping some girl waiting?
So I was in the dorms with my homies, and then like we were like pre-gaming, like the early
Pre-gaming for
early
Stevie
college.
Wonder. Gotcha.
Pre-game to just go out, and I remember
it was rush week.
Yeah, and I was getting ready to go out, and I remember that I'd seen like a poster, a flyer that said audition for the funk band or funk jazz band, and I was just like, oh, I can sing Stevie Wonder, like fuck it. And then so it was very last minute. It was like that day I just decided to go, and then I was already turned up, and I just went to the audition, did my thing, and then just left, and I went out afterwards. I don't remember anything about that night.
All right.
But we didn't make it.
Yeah, neither one of us made it, and it was for a good reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like the funk band wasn't really your guys' speed.
Yeah.
I got into it the next year.
Yeah, and I didn't try it again.
But so then 2 days later at the first Rock Combo meeting, I saw Nick, and I was like, "Yo, dude, like." So I'm guessing you didn't get into the funk band either. And he's like, nah. Like, do you have a band for this? And he's like, nah. I'm like, yo, meet my homies, Gabe and Scott.
So wait, let me give you some of my perspective from this part. Because I was like, I remember I'm walking to Rock Combo, and I'm like about to go in, and I see you guys, the three of you, outside the classroom, and you said exactly what you just said. Like, do you want to, like, join us? And there's this split second where I was like... like, I don't know, like, these guys, I don't know if they're good or not. Maybe I'd be better just going into the class and just letting it be random, being put into a random band. And
who knows what would have happened then?
Who knows? It wouldn't be the Mariguanas. So instead, I was just like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
So then I sat down. We all sat down together. So it was 4 of us. So we already have 4 people, and we were pretty much looking for a bassist, right? Because it was gonna be Gabe on drums, me on vocals,
and
2
they
guitars.
They had too many people signed up for drumming and not enough people for bass.
I remember they gave us some weird kid named Warren.
Yeah, who dropped the class immediately.
And then they gave us another...
They gave us 2 drummers and no bass players.
They gave us another singer, too. So we had 8 people when it started.
And Joey, they just threw at us. He was like the last...
He was literally the last person to be put into a band.
And I remember the professor's like... All right, guys, I know none of you guys want 2 drummers in your band, but, like, we got to do it. And he locked eyes with one of the people in our band. He was like, it's going to you guys. I'm like, all right. And, like, thank God.
Yeah, right?
We got Joey.
Thank God we got
Joey. So Joey was the drummer.
Like, I'm going to settle for him. And I was like, yeah, we got him.
Joey was the second drummer. So what we did that semester is when Gabe would drum half the set. And then the other half of the set that Joey was drumming, Gabe would play the bass. And then when Gabe was drumming, I would play the bass. So we did that for a semester, and then...
we had 3 guitarists at a time, too.
Yeah.
We had another guitarist.
That sounds a little hectic.
It was an ensemble.
Yeah, it was a lot. But it was cool, like... the first thing I noticed, like, the first time we had to rehearse was just that everyone was very talented. Like, we had to learn a few songs, and everyone just, like, had it down. Like, no questions asked. And so that was pretty cool. I was like, these guys are actually kind of talented.
We played some Sublime and some Arctic Monkeys and some Rage Against the Machine, like nobody's business.
Yeah.
And everyone
Red Hot
really liked it. And then the semester ended, and we were like, well, I don't want to stop this. I think we were really good.
Mm-hmm.
Nick, I know you write some original music. Like, why don't we try to meet up and, like, write something?
Well, there's a period, though. There's a break there. Because, like, I remember it ended, and my whole mindset was, like, all right, now I'm going to try and form a band to play my original music with. And so I started to form, like, a completely different band. I was playing with, like, literally all seniors who were about to graduate, and like
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, you didn't know he was cheating on you?
Slut.
Well, no, but you guys were playing without me. You guys were playing with some other singer or something. Weren't you guys jamming for like a solid?
There's no other
semester?
singer.
So no one ever
Yeah,
showed
but
up.
Jamming's
we
one thing,
jam.
performance
Jam,
is
yeah,
another.
jamming.
Jamming's.
But you guys were still meeting
Jamming's going to the bar.
You
and
guys were still meeting up.
some girls.
and playing. You
Exactly.
guys-
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
I'm not seeing anyone.
I'm not seeing anyone.
Relax.
It was just a text.
All right. So, anyways, the people that I met helped me like kind of work my way and get some more connections, and
So
then
like, perfect your craft.
exactly. It just kind of I needed that time on my own, and yeah, and then I just remember that band just didn't work out because they were all about to graduate, and they were like, we can't really commit to this right now, and then I just like hit up Derek, I think, maybe like ran into Scott, maybe ran into Gabe, and I was like, yo, let's get the band together. And like I remember I saw you and you were like, yeah, we're jamming this week or something on whatever night. Let's come through.
Was that like a big thing, like just jamming, like throughout the music industry?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty heavy scene there.
Yeah, like everyone would just kind of be hanging out, like, oh, let's go jam,
Yeah.
do some stuff.
And
Instead
everyone,
of having study sessions.
yeah,
jam
a
sessions.
lot of our friends are like really savvy at improv music
Yeah.
too, which we're really, really
very
fortunate. Yeah.
But yeah, I just remember I showed up and it was just the five of us who started the actual band, and we literally
And well, Joey too.
that yeah. So I mean,
Oh
he's-
yeah.
yeah. But it was like Gabe was there instead of
Mhm.
Slade, and we wrote our first song
And that was
And it was-
banger.
all along.
All along,
all
actually.
along.
Yeah.
Okay.
We actually wrote something before that was not that good, and I don't remember how it goes.
But we never finished it.
We never finished
So,
it, and then we
that's
wrote all
not it.
along.
If you can't
and then-
remember it, then it's probably
yeah,
not that
It
good.
doesn't even exist.
It's a voice memo on
Forget
my
it.
phone.
Forget I said
It's a
that.
voice memo on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of those.
So I was actually on your guys' Spotify bio today.
Oh,
I was looking at the what you guys were saying.
God
this
knows
one
what it
quote.
says there.
Yeah, this one quote from it was the band's primary goal is to inspire people to come together and live life to the fullest.
Mm.
So how do you guys what does that mean to the two of you, and how do you think you exemplify that in your music? Sounds like
that.
some kind of like Dirty Heads-esque
I like that
type
question.
of.
It's your line. You wrote that.
Did I?
Yeah.
You're right. Well,
Just passing off to you. He's like, I can't
yeah,
say shit.
yeah. I mean, to me, that just means that, like, I'm very passionate about making music.
Mhm.
Like, it's my favorite thing to do in the
Yeah.
whole world, and I think music has an incredible capability to change how people feel. And by changing how people feel, you can change how they live and how they act. So ultimately, like, I see music as like a tool or like a conduit for me to kind of relay that message of positivity and like connecting with each other. Like, we're all one, we're all in this together. And like, I just want other people to see how much fun we're having, like living in our passion and doing what we love to do, and be like, oh, like, I can do what I love to do too. I can create a living or a beautiful life for myself doing what I love, living my life to the fullest. So that's what I say.
Okay. Way it sets you free then.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do whatever sets you free.
Yeah, gotcha. So, what are a lot of influences that helped you create that philosophy? And for you too, Derek. I know me and you talked once about one of your professors, Mark Puckett.
Puckhead.
Puckhead, my
He's
bad.
really great.
Yeah.
We had
that
a
a
lot
French
of
name?
great teachers that really cared, like
Yeah.
Joe Pignata.
Let's hear.
Puckhead was my guitar instructor, so I studied one-on-one with him, the instrument of the guitar. And he turned me on to a lot of good artists. He taught me a lot of things on the guitar that I wouldn't have learned elsewhere. And he also booked for the venue that we play at very frequently in town. And he's a big resource in the livelihood of the music community that we have in Oneonta.
100%.
He's a major factor.
Yeah.
Influences, like musical influences for us. Say, for me and Joey, really Red Hot Chili Peppers-esque. A lot of times I'll do like a very little small detail on the guitar, and Joey will be like, I know that's from that live take of...
Yeah, he's always He's
of
always
Give It Away or
catching
something.
stuff you do like that.
Yeah, I think our sound. It was because I saw the Chili Peppers play at MSG when we like formed our band and got really serious about our band.
That's
It was
kinda
really
like,
inspiring.
yeah, that's what I want to do.
And I think I kind of like forgot how important they were impactfully on me as a guitarist and a musician. And I kind of like rediscovered them junior year of college. And their message and attitude is very similar to ours. People tell us a lot of the times that they see a lot of Chili Peppers in us.
See, what I saw when I heard you guys is like you sounded a lot like the Red Hot Chili Peppers. But the rest of your bands, they had like this really kind of gritty garage band sound to it. You know, kind of like a Radio Moscow, like an older Black Keys. I was about to say Black Eyed Peas, like the Black Keys, like
Dude,
Rubber Factory. You know what I'm talking
shout
about?
out
Thick
Black Eyed
Freakness.
Peas.
Shout out. They came out with a new song actually.
Did they?
Yeah, I didn't listen to it.
It might be really
The
good.
Black Eyed Peas?
Yeah. There's a new set of Bar Mitzvahs coming out, so they gotta they gotta show up
Mazel
for
tov.
it. Yeah.
I think the Black Keys
Brings me back.
sound is a lot of Scott. Scott's really influenced by blues music. And I know he's a huge Black Keys fan.
Yeah, it's
Remember when I saw me and him were talking about that a lot?
Yeah.
we're kind of weird 'cause I feel like everyone in the group has their own very specific influences,
Yeah.
and then there's like a bunch of bands that are common. So like Red Hot Chili Peppers, Arctic Monkeys, like Kendrick. Who else?
Kid
we-
Cudi.
Kendrick Lamar,
Kid
really?
Cudi. Well, I'm trying to just mention like all around the band, like the whole band. listens
I think
to
Kendrick
these
Lamar
bands.
influences you guys.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Really, I'm just interested to hear that because he's a rapper, you guys are rockers.
Yeah, so we always want to kind of say that our genre isn't rock and roll. Like it's really a fusion of rock and hip hop and reggae and funk and soul.
You see, I really hear that in your song
Kinda-
Cloud compared to like say a song like Banger.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Cloud's
Yeah.
very mellow, kind of chilled beat, like more Californian. Then you
Yeah.
got Banger sounds more kind of like East Coast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Lately, when I've been filling out submissions for our music or whatever, I've been saying for genre, I've been saying alt rock with a hip hop influence,
Yeah.
or indie alt rock with hip hop. Cause
We're trying to pave a new sound. Also,
Yeah.
I really
Nick-
feel that.
Nick's a rapper and a singer, and then
I'm a
Don't blow
rapper.
my spot, man.
and then when
I rap.
when Slade joined our band, he's a rapper too,
Yeah.
and a huge
Great producer too.
hip hop
Great
producer
bassist.
too.
Yeah?
Yeah, so our influences are really all over the place, man. Like, and it all kind of just feeds in.
Yeah, and like
conglomerates.
a huge influence on me, which comes out through the band. Guess they're doing construction here.
I guess so. Yeah, it sounded like a power drill. It's maybe a toothbrush. Who knows?
Maybe a tooth.
super toothbrush.
A huge influence for me
Someone got big
are
teeth.
like a lot of electronic acts and DJs actually, like Skrillex and Porter Robinson. Would I like bring their
I remember you
influence?
used to be like a DJ. I forgot.
Yeah,
about
so
that.
I was
DJ Demos.
yeah.
Demos is
So
dead.
in high school and the first year or two of college, that was my niche. Like that's what I was trying to pursue, was like
I can see it on
DJing
your
and
t-shirt,
producing.
too.
Yeah, and I think once I joined this band, I came up with this idea, like what if like a band played a live show as if it was a DJ set, where it was like a lot of mashups and medleys and transitions, as if a DJ would do. Like if you're going to see a Skrillex show, it's the music never stops and each song flows into each other, and he's playing popular songs mixed with his own songs.
Mm-hmm.
So what if a band was going to do that? And we tried that, and the reaction was incredible. Like
Yeah, people
What
love
what
that.
songs did you try that on, or what sets?
I mean,
every
I feel
show
like
we
every,
play.
every show, it's like we've figured out how to fuse our songs
That's
together
awesome.
with other covers and
I could pull up some set lists.
make it.
Yeah, I was actually
Actually,
about to. That's one of
like
the questions I wanted to
interactive.
ask you guys. Like, what
if
goes
you-
into like the process of figuring out like what kind of energy you want to bring to a set?
I mean, every type of first you got to look at the type of gig.
Yeah, like let's just say you're
And-
like let's just say Colgate, one of your Colgate shows compared to Fuckfest.
Okay.
Yeah, those are actually similar.
Those are pretty
Okay.
similar
Because there's like, first off, are people there to get drunk and party? Are people there to hear and discover music? Are we going to be kind of background
is
music?
it an older audience? Is it
Yeah, is there going
younger?
to be? So I'll pull up a set list from. I have the Colgate one here. So the Colgate, every year we play the Colgate
Yeah, every
block party.
every past
yeah?
every
past 2 years.
past 2 years, and they're a bunch of fraternity and sorority students who they don't have a music program at their school. I could tell they're not around live music frequently when we're playing there. So like, we try to throw in a lot of pop songs. So I see
Just
we put in
you should just read them that whole set.
yes,
list really
I'll read out the set list. So we start with an opening jam. That's just improv, and then we go into our song that we call Sean Paul. Next song we play is Celestial Rainfuck with the Gorillaz Feel Good Inc. in the
just,
middle
like,
of it.
fused
Yeah,
into it.
that's
yeah.
awesome.
Then after that we played Nirvana's Lithium. Then we played the
of
working
our-
title Fast New Song. After that we did I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor by the Arctic Monkeys. That segued into Linkin Park's Numb, which segued into our song called Trump. After that we
I've heard
played
that one too. It's good.
Thank
I
you.
like that one.
Thanks.
After that we played our song Cloud with
We Are Going to Be Friends.
We're Gonna Be Friends by the White Stripes in Intertwined.
So that's pretty cool. It seems like you guys really like do a lot of like on the fly kind of stuff.
Yeah, we got the Beatles, All My Lovin'. We mashed one of our songs up with Redbone by Childish Gambino. We played EXO Tour Life.
Really?
We have
You
this
guys had
whole.
EXO Tour Life. That sounds.
I have
Yeah,
this.
that's
what I
I have
wanna
this
see.
vocal pedal that I can do auto tune with it,
Okay.
so it just sounds
That's
lit,
awesome.
just like singing that. Shit.
That
It
sounds
actually
great.
didn't work at that show, but
One of my favorites, favorite parts of this show is during the big rap part of Young Bull. A lot of times we put in popular rap songs. So one year we were there, we put in Kendrick's Mad City.
Okay.
This year we put in
KOD. But
KOD by J. Cole. It recently came out.
This is what
Yeah,
you
of
call
course.
it.
Yeah, so that was a show like that, and then we play acoustic shows as well.
Yeah. Actually, one of the questions I wanted to
A lot
ask
more
you
low key.
is like, how did like you guys said you have an underground music scene at Oneonta?
Yeah,
So is that really like you guys play at the local pubs? You like there's a circuit
So-
like throughout everyone's basement, and how
Yeah.
did that really influence you guys?
There's definitely a big house show scene
Mhm.
up there, and
one of them's your house.
yeah, I was actually very lucky. The house that I was living in for the past 2 years was a venue called the Dollar Bill, and we had actually taken
Really?
it from
So
the,
what do you mean like a venue?
so a venue in
Oh, yeah,
quotations,
yeah.
and
So you guys
pretty
had,
much
like,
like
bartenders
just
or something?
a big ass house, big ass like decrepit house that's falling apart with a huge basement that's just like gross. And we just cleaned it up.
But big.
We put rugs on like the area where the bands would be. We put all this like blankets and foam
Yeah.
Put
padding all over
mattress
the
pads
walls.
on the
You don't want
walls
someone
and
calling
Mattress
the
pads
cops.
on the
Yeah.
doors. Yeah, lots of soundproofing and just like low key promotion. You know, making like little Facebook events, private Facebook events, inviting people to it and advertising. We make
Mm-hmm.
flyers and stuff, but.
But they get big.
Yeah, like
too big.
it was dangerous.
Too
Like it was really dangerous. We'd have way too many people in that small house. But it was definitely worth it, and we made it out alive as long as.
So there was the dollar bill
Yeah.
was ours. There's another good friends of ours run the Spleen,
and there
another
was,
basement.
What's the other one?
Cop Frat,
The Dirty Dozen.
the Dirty Dozen. They sound funny, but they're important to the culture.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's cool
Um,
because those names kind of like stay over time.
Wait,
Yeah,
so
and-
people kind of like inherit the dollar bill, the spleen.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Like, you
dollar
guys,
bill-
I'm assuming, inherited from somebody else.
Yeah, so the Dollar Bill is actually a very new venue. I inherited it from these girls, and they were doing a decent job, and I think we just like I was rooming with our bassist Slade, Jake Slade, and me and him together just really
Nice.
brought it to the next level. You know, had some really sick shows there. We
We've
booked
brought
some,
people up too.
Yeah, like we brought these guys from Albany called Contraband that are
Okay.
blowing up right now.
A Long Island act called Nonstop to Cairo.
Yeah, and yeah, just it was cool. I think it was really important for me to be able to network, just having this
Yeah.
venue in my own house and being able to offer shows to bigger acts.
It's like a manager.
Yeah, pretty much. And then also so I'd be managing these shows and then performing in them.
Yeah, that's
too. And
sounds awesome.
It was a good time.
And it gives people, not that we're promoting this, but a place to drink alcohol and smoke pot as they do in college.
Yeah, you can't do that in a regular venue.
Yeah. And
Safe, controlled environment, obviously.
Yeah, very safe. We have fire extinguishers.
Yeah, exactly.
Exits.
we had our
Working
album
stairs, working doors. You guys are good.
Exactly.
we had our album release show, which was on 420 in Nick's basement. And we
A
called
lot
it
of albums got released on 420.
yeah.
There was a lot.
KOD. A lot of stuff happened on
But
420.
we said we announced it first, so you know they all saw that we were doing it. Obviously,
We called the event the Great Hot Box.
Oh man. Also, would you guys see a lot of townies coming in there too, or is it really just students?
not as much.
So the house shows is mostly
Yeah,
students, yeah.
because it'd be difficult for a townie to find out
Yeah.
about
okay.
it, you know.
But a lot of townies come to the shows at the Black Oak. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's one of the bars in town.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
Okay. And would you say this underground scene really influences the town also? Kind of
Yeah.
just kind of changes the energy of the town almost.
Yeah, I mean the fact
I
that it
don't know about
exists, the fact that it's somewhere for kids to go besides a frat party or the bars. Here's another place if you're into music, if you're into creative
Yeah.
people and this variety of people. It just kind of opened up a whole other.
and it's
A
productive.
whole other side of the campus, a whole other
Yeah.
culture within the campus.
And
Exactly.
being exposed to all these different styles of music and having these people as resources is super inspiring.
Great place to make a connection. A house
You
show.
you meet other musicians, you form more bands with these musicians, meet
Jam
there.
with them.
Yeah, it's all a really awesome community and network. And a good friend of ours made a documentary about the music scene at
Yeah?
her school. It's called We Like It Here. Emily made it.
Yeah.
We're featured on that.
There's a lot of
As
cool.
long
There's
as
a lot
other-
of cool footage out there. The music scene.
Also, so speaking of your music scene, what was the inspiration for Fuckfest? Where'd you come up with the name for that?
I think I did.
Yeah, that was you.
Yeah.
I think I
I
just
mean-
off
I know
the
you said it's
dome was
on your
You were just like,
birthday,
"Fuck
St.
that."
Patrick's
yeah, I was
Day.
this is gonna be the biggest, most hyped party. It's gonna be a fuck fest, guys.
And then we just knew that was what it had
Yeah.
to be called.
So the first time we did it,
It's on the fly decisions.
Yeah.
the first time we did it,
A lot of this has happened.
it was the week after a spring break. We had just put out a single. Our first single was Banger. It was St. Patrick's Day. We were celebrating my 21st birthday, and it was our first show in a while because we were really grinding in the studio at that time. And we just hyped it up so much and thankfully had really good friends that hyped it up for us too. And the set that we planned for that one was just so we played 20 songs in an hour. Not every song was full, but 20 different songs, some hours, some covers. It was just a very intense burst of energy. And then a year later, we did Fuckfest 2 Electric Boogaloo, which I think was too big. Too many
Yeah.
people. The cops came,
Oh.
but they
Dude.
didn't break it up. They just interrupted it.
No, the only reason the cops were there was because some idiot that wasn't even at our party parked his car in front of someone's driveway, in front of some old man's driveway. So the cop was on the street to deal with that, And
They
then
say,
of
"Oh,
course
there's a
our
massive
house
fucking
is right
banger
there. The
going
whole
on."
house is like shaking and vibrating. It literally looked like a cartoon to me. Like it was like.
You got to come out as like officers. Everything's good in there.
Yeah,
like,
so
nothing's going on,
Slade
man.
and I came out, dude.
Yo,
Slade
someone runs
Slade
onto
was
the
lying
stage
through
too.
his teeth, yo. Yeah, someone ran the stage in the
Yes.
middle of the show. It was like, the
our
cops are
friend-
here. The cops are here.
Yeah, our friend Joe. Like we're in the middle of
Set.
playing. Oh, we had just went into Knights of Sidonia.
We were like halfway through.
Do-do-do-do, and like
It was about to get sent.
yeah, it was like we were at 100%. Everyone was rocking, and then Joe Rubio like comes like onto the stage and he starts tapping me and he's like saying something in my ear. I'm just
You
like,
can't hear anything.
yeah, I'm like,
What do you
there's
want?
only one thing this kid is saying right now, and I don't want to.
Don't want to hear it.
Don't
I don't
want
want
to
to deal
hear
with
it.
it.
So
It's
I'm
like
just
a
gonna,
Schrodinger's cat
I'm just
situation.
gonna ignore him, and then I see him go to Slade, and then I see Slade just stop playing, and I knew, and I was like
Yeah.
so upset.
But yo, so
And
we
he goes upstairs. He runs upstairs. He goes through hundreds of people are in your basement.
so this cop's like,
Dude, are you on Tinder right now?
yeah, bro. I
Dude,
got
we're
my,
in an
I get my
interview.
swipes in. He
Who
took
are
my
you
phone.
looking at? Who
He
you
took
looking at
he took
right
my
now?
phone away.
How's the Tinder game going for you right now? Do you
Dude,
like put it up on
It's
there?
not
like,
important. We're
Dude, I
don't
dude,
encourage him.
I low key market the band on Tinder.
That's what I was about to say. Like, you like
Market
really
the
just
band.
advertise the fact that you're a lead singer
Dude,
of the band?
I got
Okay.
someone to buy a ticket to our show.
Really?
Through Tinder. So,
Did you really?
Okay.
Cool.
anyways,
Were they good looking too? Like,
yeah,
nice,
of course.
nice.
He runs upstairs through hundreds of people in the basement.
Yo, let me take it from here because I was with Slade. So we go outside and we're talking to this cop, and this guy's like, "Look, like I don't want to bust your chops. Like you guys didn't get a noise complaint. I'm just here because this other guy." But he's like, it sounds really loud, and you guys are likely to get a noise complaint. And he's like, like how many people are in there? And Slade's just like 30. I was like,
There's like 200 to
dude,
300
I swear,
people
I looked
there.
like Slade. I looked at Slade like, what? Like, are you serious, bro? And then, he was just like, all right, like, that's just a warning. If I have to come back, I'm going to have to write you guys a ticket. And then we finished the show. He didn't come back.
You guys probably looked like fucking gods too, just coming back like we handled the cops, we're rocking on.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I remember.
It was great.
I remember
Hey, a
when
lot
we
of people moshing in your basement, or
Yeah.
there's a lot of moshing going on.
Sometimes.
We-
It's a rule though.
Yeah.
Not to.
Really?
There's the cop frat was known for their moshing shows.
The cop frat.
Yeah, they really tore their basement apart.
Well, why were they cop frats? What were they called? The cop?
That's just kind of the name that was passed down. Just the cop frat. Just kind of funny. It's just
Gotcha.
like a frat. It's
They were
cops.
like the most rowdiest guys too. That's funny.
Yeah. Shout out to them. Them boys.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when we started playing again after the cops left was like the most fulfilling moment ever because it was like we were at the point of our set where we were about to like introduce the band and we're like, all right, like, and we're the Mariguanas and this is the first song we ever wrote. It's called All Along, and like everyone knows that song because we've been playing it for so long and it has like a very sing-along chorus. It's just like, yes, finally we're back at Fuckfest in my element.
Mm-hmm. Rocking out with your cock out.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do. Yeah, seriously, whenever I go out for karaoke, I know this is probably nothing compared to you guys, but I'm just like, I'm just going to rock out with my cock out right now. Not going to give a fuck what they say.
That's good, man.
That's what I do.
You gotta stick it to the man.
Exactly.
School of Rock.
Just take it to the man who's trying to videotape me for Snapchat. Yeah, you know who you are if you're listening.
Oh. Shots fired.
Yeah, they're probably not listening to this. Mm-hmm. So what? So Banger, that was one of your first like really popular songs.
Yeah.
Where was the inspiration for that? Because I know you're talking about a girl in it. So what?
Oh, man, I'm talking about two girls.
Ooh.
The
Get a little
hippie.
messy.
The hippie girl and the city girl.
Okay.
Um,
Was the hippie girl real girl? Was the city girl
they're
real girl?
they're both real girls, or
Mhm.
maybe it's two sides of the same girl. You know,
Okay.
it's really up for interpretation of the
Okay,
of
I
the
see
listener.
what you're doing. All right.
But
It's two different girls.
all
I know.
I all I can
That's a fact.
I just feel like I realized it meant more than that the longer I've been playing it and looked at the lyrics, dude. Because those lyrics, like, I literally wrote that shit so quick. We wrote that song so quick.
It's a
And
good
those,
song too.
Those lyrics flowed out of me like instantly. Like I was not thinking about it, and I remember when we were writing it, I was just feeling like there was so many different genres just being fused like in that moment. Like the chorus, like I always felt like I was in like a Led Zeppelin state of mind, and then it was just totally not that. It was like reggae-ish, and it was like
No, I got that vibe. Like, yeah, it was
Red
like I
Hot Chili
couldn't
Peppers, like-
put up like a name on it. But yeah, like this classic rock. Then yeah, something else to it too.
yeah.
I remember.
Yeah,
I remember
it
we wrote the chorus first. We wrote the music for the chorus, and we're like, "Yo, this is a banger."
Yeah.
That's how the name of the song came about.
Yeah.
It was like we got this 16 bars of music it's a banger, and I was like, all right, well, like this could be the chorus, and then the verse will have something simple, just like did 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 did, and Nick was like,
yes.
I mean that's like
Hell
no,
yeah.
no, you're like, I mean that's like kind of basic, but it could work for now, and then it never left. It
Word.
stuck. I think we had a
guess.
plan to think of something a little more intricate, but I'm glad it stuck.
Yeah. It
is a basic
It's a
riff.
memorable line though.
And Scott rips a shredder in that one.
Yeah. So that was our first single, so that's why people like knew about it. And we literally put it out a day before the Healthy Junk Food Pops Out
Yes.
video came out.
Let's get into
And,
that,
like,
that healthy junk food video.
That the single wasn't like ready, you know? Like we just had to record something and put it out because we had just formed. Like we literally had just officially decided to start being a band. We had just gotten like 1 or 2 shows that weren't even like legit, and the Healthy Junk Food thing happened. So
They came to a house show at the Dollar Bill.
let me give them the full.
The full.
So
The full rundown.
all right. So first of all, I'm living with like a bunch of people in this house, and they found out that the Healthy Junk Food people live there because they were just like, my boys were having a catch outside with a football just in the street, and then the Healthy Junk Food people came out of their house, and they were just like, hey, you want to be in our podcast? And they were like, sure. So they were like on a podcast with them, and their names are Julia and JP, by the way, the Healthy Junk Food. And
Great videos.
yeah, no, they're hilarious. And so then my roommates told me to like take note, and I was like, word, like I should definitely try. And like I checked them out on YouTube. I saw how big they were, and I was like, oh, that's really dope. Like they live right across the street from me.
Somehow walked into it.
So then I was at this well-known restaurant in Oneonta called the Yellow Deli. And I remember the only reason I was going there was because I was supposed to go perform at some like hip-hop show, and then like I got there and it was over before I got there because I didn't get there on time or some shit. Like it was just
That's a classic
it was just
Nick
a-
Abushadi.
it was just no, but like I was supposed to go last. Like I got there on time, but they like ended it because I wasn't there. It was just stupid. So I was just kind of pissed, and I was like, I'm gonna go to Yellow Deli and get a freaking cinnamon roll and feel better about myself.
Goddamn cinnamon roll.
Exactly. So I go in there, and lo and behold, JP and Julia are there, and I just kind of like approached them. I was like, oh, I've seen you guys online, and then had like a really
I'm your next door
authentic,
neighbor.
yeah, a really authentic 30-minute conversation with them, and then set up a meeting to go to their house and play my music for them. And so I remember I went to their house, and I just went with my acoustic guitar and just played like a couple of my solo music, and
Putting out some dismal chords.
and is that more like some reggae type
reggae
of stuff.
chord. Putting out some reggae chords.
Exactly. And I remember I just mentioned them. I was like, hey, we're having a house show this upcoming weekend. Do you guys want to like come see my band and maybe like take a video of it? Maybe we can make some sort of video together. And they were so like about it right away. So come the day of the show, they
It was also like the first like big show we had.
It was our first big house show.
Yeah, I remember that was a
First
clip
house
of the video,
show.
right?
Yeah.
And,
before that show, we had played to no more than 20 people, I think.
Yeah. Somehow
Okay,
we
you
got
got fucked
mad
fast.
people at that event, though. There was mad people there. That was
Well,
crazy.
there was 2 other really popular bands.
Oh yeah, who else played? It was
Secret Beaches, which is actually the band that we stole Slate from.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's alright. We love them too.
Yeah. They're still
Okay,
active.
we still like him.
Yeah.
We stole their.
We didn't
their
steal-
lead
we-
basis. Like we still like him.
We
Though.
borrow
We didn't
it.
steal him. We share him.
Okay.
We share him. Yeah.
And then
You get him on the weekends. We'll get
Yeah.
days. All right.
And then Smooth Kaleidoscope was playing too.
Yeah, they were dope.
Yeah.
So yeah, like they just JP and Julia showed up with a camera, and they came and they literally filmed the whole show. So then that happened, and then they were getting ready to move to Florida, and then we had like a break, so we were home, and we were just trying to figure out a day that we can meet up with them to like finish the video and like make some sort of ridiculous food item together.
And then the house nearly caught on fire.
Well, they it was just crazy. I remember like we had just gotten back. It was the beginning of the semester, and we were trying to arrange like a day to do this, and they were like, they gave us a date, and I was like, oh, we can't do that, and they were like, oh, we're going to Florida. We're moving the next day, so it's like we just had to make it happen. So we went to their house, and we made a giant Pop-Tart with them, and it was freaking lit. And I just remember there was this crazy rush, like, after we made that video with them, we were like, all right, we need to record a single and get it out, like, because we have no music. We have no music online, and this video,
they were like,
this Pop-Tart thing's about to send like thousands of people over to our account. So
yeah, I looked at the views for that. There was 1 million people that viewed it. That's crazy. A
it
lot of people were saying
keeps
like,
going
yo, the
up.
band was awesome too.
I know.
Shouts out to you guys. They
Nah,
could have said,
cool.
yo, the band is trash. It's YouTube.
There
People
was-
get
there
terrible
was-
on there.
There was a lot of negative comments too.
I'm
I remember seeing like,
I'm sure.
like fuck these liberal hippies or some shit like that.
Also, so
That's a real
in
comment.
relation to you guys creating the songs, what's the like learning process that goes into like really after you create the song, get the lyrics, like, okay, this is what we want to do. How do you each of you like kind of figure out how to learn the song? Do you guys do it individually, or is it like the band does it all together the entire way?
Well, we write the song together,
Yeah.
and that's how we learn it.
We'll always, if we're writing a new song, we make sure to take a voice memo of it, like before, like
So you
after,
have it like for your own individual use. It's like, all right, this is what I kind of want to sound like. Then you get together. It's like
exactly.
Derek talks about what he wanted. You talk about what you wanted.
Just like something to refer to, so we can
Yeah.
remember what we did.
Songs start one of two ways. Usually, someone
I wouldn't
brings.
say that. There's a lot of ways.
Oh, I think it's either someone brings something in that we start on, or it starts from a jam.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good way to break it down.
And then
So I'm bringing something in sounds like a very broad.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
once we get the ball rolling, it starts to think of the different how we're gonna arrange the piece of music,
Yeah. How there's
which
other,
is
other
all
sections
collaborative
and-
effort.
Yeah.
It's really not a. All right, next week, come in with your part. It's like it's all a collaborative effort, which I like a lot better.
We never really know when we're gonna write a new song either. Like it just happens.
And a lot of times, people come up with their parts. A lot of times, someone will say, "I think if I'm playing this, you should play this." Would be a nice contrast.
Yeah.
You need to keep the ball rolling.
I think every song of ours has a guitar solo.
I was gonna ask, like, how do you decide who gets what solo?
Usually, I could just tell.
Yeah.
Because Scott has a really particular type of solo, and so do I. I think usually I make the call. I'm like, yo, I'm going to take a solo here. Scott, you're going to take a solo here.
I think you're probably right.
On the album, I think you could always tell who's soloing. Scott's the wah.
You'd have
and
to
the
see
bends.
us. You'd have to see us,
Yeah.
to know. But yeah, once you know, you know.
But it's very particular. Once you know, you know.
So, also, like, what was the first time you guys realized, like, damn, we got something here, we made it?
For me, it was the first rehearsal. Yeah.
when we wrote
Yeah.
all along, we were like,
Yeah.
yo,
Yeah.
like
So all along,
potential.
Gabe started playing this bass. Do 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 do. I was like, "Yo, Gabe, did you make that up?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Just keep playing it." We're like, "Okay, it's decent. It's decent." I have like a whatever part on it. Doon 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 doon. Nick wrote some lyrics for it, and
My lyrics went through a lot of changes. I remember because I wrote like
Yeah.
a rap to it initially.
I
You guys didn't like what I wrote. I didn't like what I wrote. Either.
yeah, and this. Keep in mind, this is the first ever time we're trying to write
Yeah,
music.
so you guys don't really have a developed chemistry yet.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So then I was like, "Yo, okay, so this will be like the verse or whatever, and it's decent, but now I got to figure out like the chorus. Like this could go somewhere cool." So we're thinking, all right, what if the verse ends? Like hold on to that chord, the boom, 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 and then Scott was playing around with something, and I knew Scott was onto something, and I was like thinking really hard. I was like, oh my god, I could taste what he's cooking. I know that, and then Scott was doing something. I was like, Scott. And I was like, play that. And Scott played it, and I was like, all right, that's like the perfect
Like
build up.
Moment.
I was like, yo, keep playing the and I'm gonna do these chord changes underneath it. The and then we had a really tight, catchy chorus, and then
And
Nick.
that just came out of nowhere too.
Yeah, and
I just
yeah.
sang the note, and I was like, please look at me.
Yeah, and then Nick came up with the perfect contrast
Give me
of
attention
vocals and
over here.
the vocal melody and the actual lyrics.
I'm free now.
And I think we were just so proud of that it really motivated us to keep writing. So the next two songs were Trump and Banger.
Yeah.
Those
And then-
those are the original 3 Mariguanas songs.
Mariguanas.
The first ever
Mariguanas.
original Mariguanas show was only those 3 songs.
And it was
then
actually
probably
my
a couple
show.
covers, right?
No, it was yeah. So it was
I had a show, and I was playing with some other artists, and it was my solo music as Abu Shadi, and I wanted to use that opportunity to introduce the Mariguanas, so I played like half a set to what I usually play, and then I called the boys up, and we did those 3, and I was on crutches. I remember
oh yeah.
I had like a sprained foot or something, so I was literally like on stage, like on a stool or some shit, or like on one of my crutches. And that shit was dope. Like, so many people, I remember, came up to us after that and were like, yo, that was really sick. Like, you guys should play more shows and stuff. And we were like, yeah.
And so after the ball like got rolling from that, like you guys started doing more shows.
Yeah.
Would you say like it was difficult for like each of the band members to really commit, like put their own personal projects to the side, like say like, all right, this is it, the Mariguanas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it still is.
Yeah.
I mean, Gabe's not even in the band anymore because he couldn't commit.
Well, he had
yeah.
bigger things he had to do. He wanted to study abroad.
Gabe did
He
a
had to take
semester
that.
in
Then you got Slade.
the Netherlands, yeah, which is why we lost him. So he did a semester in the Netherlands, and we had too much momentum to just pause.
Yeah.
And he got back a lot later than expected too.
Yeah. So he was just hanging out.
And then he was the only one of us who wasn't a music student. He wasn't sure if he wanted to pursue music or whatnot.
Philosophy things.
Yeah, it's always a struggle because we were students at the time and had grown up knowing academics was to be the most important thing to put on our plate, and then
we realized
Then we
When you get to
realized it
college,
wasn't.
it was
music
all a
students,
scam.
yeah.
then we realized like what's more important in my life, that I do good on this marketing test or that we put on a really
Or we market our show.
or we learn how to market a show in the real world and make a performance that wants people to come back
Build our
and
brand, all that stuff.
I mean, I got a philosophy on college. It teaches you about deadlines
yeah.
and about networking.
Yeah.
That's about it. The rest you gotta learn in the real world.
And that I was pretty lucky to be. My dad kind of told me to that because I was at a point where I really wanted to drop out, and he was just like, and one of my reasons was like, I'm just learning all this nonsense and like waste of time information that's outdated in my classes, and he was just like, I get it, like you're probably right, but like you're not there for that. You're there to like make connections. You're there to learn how to balance all this stuff. You're there to like, be away from home and kind of.
Experience
grow
new
up.
stuff, yeah.
At a certain point
But is it worth going that into debt to do that? That's the
I
question.
hear you.
at a certain point I think we realized like this band should be
The focus.
the focus of our time here, because the way we were music industry students and we were learning all this stuff in classes, but it was also very well known that our professors had mentioned, like, the way you really learn about this industry is being a part of it and the
Yep.
experience. And
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you guys say it's like kind of a roadblock you guys face, really?
Yeah. I mean,
being a student.
Yeah.
Wait, being a
definitely.
student versus like being a performer in a way.
Yeah,
I mean, thankfully you guys are also in a music program, so they really kind of encourage
So-
you
It
to,
also
like,
provided
perfect that craft. Yeah.
very
100%.
important resources
Yeah,
that
we
we
had-
need. Like
we
we had the
had
rehearsal
studios.
room and the studio, and
I mean, look where we are right now.
people.
It's a
Yeah,
college radio station.
Exactly.
And it
So
really
yeah,
helps
no,
out.
it's great amenities. So
yeah. I'm
see the value in both sides.
super happy I went to that college.
Me too. And
Oh, you guys just
We've
graduated.
always
Congrats.
said if we ever won a Grammy, it would be dedicated to our college.
did we? Who said that?
Me,
You.
I,
was.
yeah, we said
You
it.
weren't
Oh yeah, I
listening.
said it. Yeah, I said it.
you were on your phone when I told you.
You were on Tinder.
I was probably
Yeah.
on Tinder.
Do you guys find do you find like your jam sessions when you go on stage a way for you to soothe yourselves?
Yes.
Yeah, no, live performance is one of my favorite things to do in the world. Like just
Like
being
almost a
able
way to like meditate, kind of.
yeah,
Center
it's a
yourself?
flow state, you know? Like it really just puts you like that's all that matters.
Yeah.
You really just lose track of everything else going on.
And it's just so fun.
Yeah, it's just you and the
And
music and the crowd.
I wouldn't be able to do it if it wasn't with these four. Like it's like so. It's like the perfect thing when you're killing a show and the music is 100%, and then you look at like Scott or Slade or
You see
you,
your
and
boy.
they're just like, dude,
Into
you're
it.
sending it right now. Like, sometimes a rehearsal, like I'll take a solo and Scott just starts screaming in excitement. He's like, "Oh, dude, that was sick!"
It's funny.
Dude, yeah, that'll happen to me to every one of you guys. Like there'll just be a moment and I'm just like seeing Slade just like
Yeah.
and I'm like, dude, what? Or like Joey's just like getting so intricate and like he's just in his own little world and like doesn't realize how amazing he is and I'm just like, what? Like,
Yeah.
I wish I could play drums like that.
I think what makes our band what it is that we all bounce off each other. Because when you're playing music, you're having a conversation with the other people that you're playing with, and if you are comfortable at conversing with those people, the sparks fly.
The frequency, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, like you guys jamming out, I know you brought your acoustic guitar. Do you guys want to do a little sample for the viewers?
Yeah,
Kind of like widen your
most definitely.
Damn.
audience.
We prepared a little ditty.
Dude,
Oh, yeah?
Give me my phone. I
Alright.
want to live stream this.
Okay.
for the-
Oh, you know,
for
I've
the
actually been
folks.
thinking about doing that myself. Start a Facebook live stream.
Dude, you 100% should.
Yeah, I gotta like, you know what the problem is? I just deleted my Facebook, so I gotta like start one for the mirror.
You should do it on
Trying to take
Instagram.
notes.
You should do it
Yeah.
on Instagram instead, because I think there's just more people our age are there.
Yeah.
We have a friend who runs a radio show at our school, and he live streams every week.
No, just like
SPM Productions, shout out.
Should I do it from our Instagram?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to think where you could set your phone up to do that, like maybe right here, maybe.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, you also got like that cool like fidget thing.
The thing is, it doesn't like the angle won't be good. I feel like. Well,
Okay.
maybe it will.
I feel a little like
You could
David
put-
Letterman introducing the live band now.
I'm gonna start it now too, just so people can get into it.
to extend this?
Ooh, give me 1 sec. Let me come over there.
Get
real
You're
quick.
now live. Let's see.
Or how's the level on that?
Oh, true. Let me just check that. Beautiful. I'm actually gonna turn you down a little bit so I can hear him too. Yeah, folks, this is what goes into engineering, figuring out
what's
the right
goody?
levels.
How we doing? We better hit this live stream
That's Nick talking to his live
in
stream
the
folks right now.
podcast.
Mhm.
In the podcast. In the
Shout out,
radio
take no
station.
shh.
We in LIU Post.
Alright, I'm ready when you are.
This is a bad angle, but it's alright.
This is a new song. Doesn't have a name.
Okay.
It's not on our album. So this is the only time you'll get to hear it for a while.
There we go.
Hello,
Exclusivity.
hello.
I love it.
Yeah.
Wave. I'm gonna wave at y'all.
Alright, you ready?
Hello, hello. Never felt that way, that I felt that day. She wanted me to change, but I can't find that strength. Settle down, there's still time to enjoy feeling down, 'cause she was feeling annoyed, feeling proud, because I let us break free. But I admit the pain that I caused you, babe. The game of life we played, kiss of life we paid for this in tears. Oh no 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 no. There you go. Oh no no no. Never felt that way, that I felt that day. She wanted me to change, but I can't find that strength. Petal falling, the rose in the glass. You were stalling, but the beast had to pass. You wanted to stay, oh, but he pushed her away. Oh, he needed that space, but where is that escape? Game of life we played, kiss of life we paid for this in tears. Energy doesn't need to be focused on you. I know it's true. You made me think I needed you, and made me drink your poison too. Well, I'm renewed, I found the juice, we've lit the fuse. Before I knew, I found the truth, I looked on through, I found it's due. Before I move, before I move on, before I move, before I move on, never felt that way, that I felt that day. She wanted me to change, but I can't find that strength. Never felt that way, that I felt that day. She wanted me to change, but I can't find that strength.
Need a name for that one.
Well, you guys just rocked out with your cocks out. You didn't do that. No, that was awesome, guys.
Yes.
Well, goddamn, Sam, that was awesome.
Good Instagram.
Wow.
Chris Seifert says that's our best song.
That was an awesome song.
So far.
You could hear it
So
on
far.
Take No Shh this Friday. Oh, no, I'm saying this is my podcast, but it's going to come out Friday. Yeah, just let them know.
What was it?
Take No Shh, episode 5, coming out this Friday.
Yo, so if you guys want to hear this full podcast, it's called Take No Shh, and it's coming out this Friday.
Friday.
Where can they find it?
Oh, you can find it on iTunes. Just type in WCWP. It's going to be one of the first top podcasts you find there.
We'll also post it on our SoundCloud and
Will we?
YouTube.
All right,
I
it'll be
will.
up. It'll be up. Thank you guys for tuning in. That's all we got for you tonight.
Bye.
Have a
Peace.
good night.
Got-
We with this homie out here. LIU Post.
Mhm.
Represent. Peace.
Well, that was awesome. I said it before. I'm going to say it again. So I
We
got
got 8 viewers on that one.
wow, breaking the bank there, huh?
That's cool. That's dope. We were only on for a short amount of time, so.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually posting a clip of it to my story too.
Nice.
Hope you guys don't mind.
Please
Not
do,
at all.
man.
Please
Please do.
Yeah, I never post my story either, so you guys are consider yourself special. But
That was
Don Coolio.
that was one of the harder songs to write. I remember.
no, I bet it sounded good though. Like
Yeah.
it seems like you guys put a lot of effort into that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's definitely something that's happened, which, is natural, is just that the longer we've been writing, the more we're like, all right, we can't keep writing the same shit over and over. We need to expand. We need to make something that just sounds different than anything we've done. So that's always the goal, I feel like, at this point. And some of the new songs we've been writing are just so out there, and like I'm really excited, man, to record those songs, because they're just the next level.
Yeah, I think they'll translate better to headphones and
Yeah.
speakers, or like the songs we wrote for the
Sure,
Ruckus.
that's gonna be awesome live too, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, with the full
actually,
band.
I forgot there is live footage of that song.
Is there?
Yeah, because we played it that Oak show that Mike
Oh,
shot.
yeah, but my voice was shot, so
Yeah, it was not a good
didn't
tape.
sound good.
Yeah, I think when we first started writing and the songs we wrote for the Ruckus, we wrote those songs to play them live, and we wrote we wrote these songs to play at the shows that we were playing in the basements and at the bars. And I think for the next release we're gonna do, it's gonna be more catered toward these songs are written for the release of the record. So I'm excited.
So, you guys, this has been a fantastic podcast. Actually, I only have a few more questions for you guys.
Thank God.
One of them
I'm
is,
playing.
yeah, has everyone ever tried to mess with your band? I know you were telling me this one
Dude.
time you guys were going to a music festival. Just turned out to be a bunch of drugs in like some random house.
Yeah.
That wasn't, I don't think the purpose was to mess with the
Yeah.
band. Like, they just didn't have their shit together.
Okay, like
Yeah.
they were like, they were
There's
saying
really
like
few
we're gonna
times-
get like a
Like,
lot of
I
people here.
think-
Then
I
you guys are the
think-
only ones that showed up.
It was like, so we got there, and there was just a lot of very
Interesting
like,
characters.
interesting characters and like heavy illegal drugs that we don't touch going on. And this kid who was running it in quotations just had no idea what was going on. He thought it was a different time of day, right? When you walked
Yeah.
in, he like woke
the
up.
first words out of his mouth were like, "Hey, what's up? I just woke up from my Xanax nap. Are you guys the Mariguanas?" And we're like, "Yeah." He's like, "So you guys are like a Red Hot Chili Peppers cover band?" And I'm like, and we're like, we're
Like-
a real band. Like, we write our own songs. We're not a cover band. You know, you didn't just book a cover band, right? He's like, word.
Yeah, it was like-
He's like,
And then the guy who was supposed to bring the monitors, they didn't have a mic or monitors. The guy who was supposed to bring
Yeah.
it, like,
Just didn't bring
It's
it.
the
he
reason
didn't,
we never
he didn't
played,
come.
yeah.
And then like this guy who was running the event kept like blaming it on that guy, being like, "Oh, he's mad irresponsible." And I was just like, "So why did you ask him to
Yeah.
bring up the PA? Like, you're irresponsible."
Yeah.
That's funny.
and like,
It's alright.
the biggest bummer was that we thought the show and the event was just gonna be like huge because
That's how they hyped
the
it up.
poster was put out,
the
and
poster
then
was
a few
dope.
minutes after that, my friend from home texted me the poster and was like, "Yo, is this your band from
Word.
school?" And I was like, "Guys, I think this is gonna be a real big."
And
thing.
I had seen
And
this
then
kid had
just-
sent me a Snapchat. He's like, "Yo, we have this whole tent set up." Let me get there. There's no tent set up. Like, I don't know what Snapchat he sent me, but it was a different tent at a different location. So
Nobody ever played the whole weekend. There was
Yeah.
no live music there,
But
and there was
what-
supposed to be like 20 acts.
yeah. What made up for it though was that the next day we played Colgate for the first
Yeah.
time, and we were like, "All right, this is what we're really doing here." Yeah, like I don't know. We don't really have beef
Yeah.
with people.
Yeah.
Well,
We've just been like gotten into weird shit.
Yeah. You were also telling me once you guys were about to fly out to California.
oh
they
yeah,
wanted
We
you
weren't
to pay
about
them?
to,
Oh,
but
we were really considering it.
considering it.
I
yeah.
met this guy at the NAMM convention, was it
The National Association of Music Merchants.
in Anaheim, California. And I met this guy who's supposed to be really big up in the industry, and I had seen him do this whole lecture, and I thought everything he's saying was super like woke and intelligent, and like I took mad notes from him. And then I talked to him after and got his connect and sent him our music. And then he responded. He was like, "Oh, the Mariguanas, who like these guys are dope. Like Banger is awesome." So then I ended up talking to him.
He knew you for beforehand?
No, like he just
okay.
he heard the music I sent him, and then he was like, "Oh, like I'm running this event, and it's like the pre-iHeart Awards showcase, and it's in California in the Gibson showroom." And he was just really hyping it up, but he wanted us to pay him like $1,500. And he was saying that that was the low amount that we would pay him. He was like, "Don't tell anyone. Like this is the low amount."
Oh,
like,
so he was a scammer, yeah.
And it was just like, we're not gonna pay $1,500 plus our freaking flights and hotel to come out and play like a 30-minute show at some
At a
place.
failing business venue.
It was a
Gibson
failing business
is like
event.
going bankrupt.
Yeah, because they suck. I don't want to say that, but
Blah, blah. Shots
Yeah.
fired.
now we got beef.
It's,
come at
it's
me,
no
Gibson.
secret that they're not good.
It's no secret. It's a nice pick, dude.
Thanks.
Good
So my
call.
last question is for both of you individually. So
Mm-hmm.
like, obviously this is probably a pretty big journey for you guys so far, thus far in your life. Probably a pretty big event. Like, what would you guys say you took away from this? Like, what's like one big thing you guys really had to overcome, like a moral crossroad almost that you faced when you started this band or during the band? Like, what's something you guys really?
I'll go first because I have something right here, which is just I'm really set on my solo music. So before the band started, like I was very much like this is what I'm doing. Like I already knew like music is 100%. I'm a rock star. Like that's in my blood. But the band like everything that we just described, like it all happened so quick, and it just blew up quicker than any other musical endeavor I've ever gone for. So like I'm always gonna keep making my solo music, but like the band in my eyes has become like this is the key. Like this is everyone in this band, like this is our key into the industry. Like and so I guess for me it's been, I have such a set way that I want to make my music, and I have to kind of
Like work with others now?
work with the band and really be like, there's other opinions here, other styles that we're mixing. We have to work together and just realize like this is what's working right now. Like this is where my focus should be
Like,
right
say you
now.
turned that almost into a positive. Like you think that helped you in a positive way?
Yeah, definitely. And it's
Like showed you to like a bunch of new ways to look at it.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. A lot of new perspectives, man.
Learned a lot of things about the music industry and being in a band and that, but I think the most important thing and lesson that I've learned is that people will actually give a shit and care.
If you give a shit.
If you give a shit and care.
Yeah.
And
Facts.
I'm really grateful for a lot of the relationships and moments this band has given me in my life.
Yeah.
I think mainly musical relationships. Don't film me right now.
I'm just gonna take a picture, you dick.
Now I'm distracted. I think friendship is like a really important thing in my life.
Relationships are key.
Yeah, and I think if you're playing music with someone, it's a really different kind of relationship. It's like very strengthened, and like there's a chemical and spiritual thing when you're playing with other people that like connects you differently than those you're not playing music with.
It's like a different kind of bond.
Yeah. So I'm really grateful for that. Just creating those moments for people, I guess. And yeah.
All right. Well, guys, it's been a fantastic podcast. Well, probably one of my personal favorites because of that little riff we did.
Oh yeah.
And unfortunately, we could only have 2 out of the 5. Best of health to the other ones. And this has been...
Yeah, sorry. Scott was supposed to be here. I'm sorry if I promised that to anyone.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
I was
They'll all
disappointed.
forgive you.
He
don't
has
worry.
the
They didn't even know
suds.
until you brought it up.
We FaceTimed.
suds.
Oh my God, we FaceTimed him
Oh,
earlier,
man.
and
Dude,
he was so sweaty.
My poor
He
dude.
was shining.
That's terrible. But anyways, this has been this episode of Take No Shh. I'll see you all next time.
Like what you hear? Here's how you can let us know. Give us a call at 516-299-2626 or email us at info@wcwp.org. Like us at facebook.com/mywcwp and leave a comment or tweet us at mywcwp. We welcome all kinds of feedback. To directly support the podcast you just enjoyed, leave a review on Apple Podcasts. And if you'd like to give back, visit wcwp.org and click the support tab. Thanks for listening from your friends at WCWP.